If you have been browsing over the internet and thinking of finding or looking into somewhere where you can get knowledge about what to learn in context of cybersecurity, you can watch this playlist in full, all of the videos, and get a grasp on that about cybersecurity, like viruses, worms, and what are the other malwares, and also some of the practicals I will be showing you or guiding you that how you can eradicate eradicate or uh, make use of your Windows inbuilt features to get rid of the malwares which might have crept in your system. So before going into cybersecurity, there are this terminology which are being often associated with cybersecurity, which is that is CIA triad, and its full form is confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Now the context might arise that what this thing is. So think of it as there are several organizations which are ISO 9001 2000 those certified. So that means that they are following some protocols for which they have been given some certificate by the government. In a similar fashion, if your organization um, has an if your organization has exposure to the web, that is the cloud, so it needs to follow this it needs to follow this, I mean these three particular things, so that it can call that my organization is a secure organization. So the of this tree, let me discuss upon that what is confidentiality, integrity, and availability. So confidentiality is something like, think of it as that whatever I am transmitting over the internet or exchanging over the internet, those things remains confidential. So you need to encrypt it in somehow. And if you consider confidentiality in case of your local computer, then think of it as giving a password to your file so that unauthorized access can be restricted. And integrity means that the data can have multiple copies, but you have to keep it, I mean you have to think of a way out so that if changes are being made to one set of data, that same set of data is reflected in the other copy. So there should be integrity. And availability means the data should be available. So for, in a simpler sense, for availability we will be keeping a hard copy, maybe we will be keeping a backup copy in the pen drive, we will be keeping some backups in the external hard disk server, and we will be using cloud services, maybe Amazon, Azure, whatever the organization is choosing upon. But availability means it shouldn't be something like you are trying to get hold of the data, and suddenly you are being told that hey, there is no data as such which you are asking of. So that is no, that shouldn't be the scenario. Now confidentiality can be assumed, I mean visualize something like this. If you simply visit this website amazon.in, hope I am Amazon, so I think there was a Amazon, whatever it is, the suggestion. So there is nothing such as Amazon, it's Amazon. I don't know why, I mean why the suggestions in my URL bar names Amazon. So it was amazon.in. Okay, so I made some changes in my hosts file. So there is a in drivers 32 etc folder. You can I mean search in my playlist. You will be getting I mean you can get hold of it, that how you can block a particular website. So let me just open up Flipkart, maybe Flipkart. Let's see whether this website is still kept open. No, Flipkart is also blocked. Fine. Let me check my internet connection whether it is active or not. Yeah, I have internet connection. So maybe I'll be visiting Chroma. So here it is, Chroma. Let's see whether it opens up or not. Yeah, it's opening up. Fine. So here in the Chroma, if I search for something, maybe I am the winter season in going on, so I am searching for some room heater. So room heater, never allow. Wants to know your location, never allow. I don't want to reveal my location, whatever it is. So room heater. So look in the URL bar, it is already showing the room heater. So whenever we are asking, I mean whenever we are giving some request, we are throwing some request to the server, So in the URL bar, those are requests are being sent. So it happens in case of user ID and password as well. So the website needs to think of a way out so that the user ID and the password remains encrypted. It's not visible to the outside the hackers. If a man in the middle fetches the data, that password is he won't be able to decrypt. There should be some algorithm so that the data is being encrypted. I mean, so that the hacker doesn't being able to decipher that particular user ID and password. So that's all for the CIA triad: confidentiality, integrity, and availability in short. And also in regards to cybersecurity, the question comes that in which layer there is a OSI 7-layer model. So if I write it in here in a simpler sense of OSI model. So here is a 7-layer OSI model, and if you find it hard in your in colleges, it is a very common 7-layer protocols which are being asked to write in your answer paper, and it's hard to remember all of these 7 layers in proper order. So you can think of a rhyme such as this: all the people seem to need data processing. So A stands for application, all the people, P for presentation, SIM session, to transport, need, network, data sorry data processing. So data means data link, and processing means physical layer. So here also comes a question that there are two P's, one is the presentation and another one is the physical. So think of it in a simpler sense that if there is no physical touch, that is Ethernet. So if the data is not physically being transmitted, then the presentation won't happen. And we in the cyber world, we work in the application layer, that is the Chrome browser lies on the application layers. So you can check out in other networking videos that what each of these layer does. Like in data link layer, we break the data into small packets, the network, the transport, the session, and that's the OSS 7-layer model. And that's a short introduction to your cybersecurity, that is confidentiality, CIA triad. That's a rule which that's a rule which defines how the organization should behave so that it is a cyber secure organization. And the CIA triad, and about the layer on which I am working upon while I am interacting with the internet. So that's the application layer. So now in our second video, we'll be looking in some short tips and tricks on how to about the malwares. So there is nothing such as virus or worms, nothing such as that. All of the applications which are malfunctioning applications, they are in a word termed as malware, which upon the way they behave can be differentiated into several things. Like if it is a exe kind of virus, then it might be a virus. It can be termed as a virus. If it consumes your virtual memory, it can be termed as an worm. So what worm does is that it after it creeps into your computer, it consumes your virtual memory, or it just consumes. So if a worm is of 2, then it replicates itself 2, 4, 8, 16. In this way, if it keeps on replicating, then your virtual memory gets consumed. In that way, your machine will get slower and slower, and ultimately it would freeze at a certain moment of time, and it won't respond. So there are other malwares as well, like ransomware, where the data is being encrypted and the hacker asks for a ransom in exchange for the data to be decrypted. And there are phishings as well, DDoS attacks. There are several kinds of malwares. So I'll be discussing from the second video that there are some ways in which you can protect your laptop or your computer, so that you can keep yourself secure from the cyber threats. So that's all for this short video introduction. Happy coding, guys. See you next for the next video. Thank you, guys.